Ehihie ọma ụmụnne m. Unu pụtakwala. Daalụnụ. Ehihie ọma means good afternoon, my people. Good afternoon. Unu pụtakwala means I hope you all slept well. Well done. Today we are going to look at we will continue with Igbo nouns. But before we go into that, I want you to know why I'm taking this course or lesson serious. In Igbo or in any language, language is very important. It is in the language that our culture are embedded. If your children don't know how to speak your language, they will not be able to know your culture. In Igbo greetings, you can see culture there. In Igbo dancing, you will see culture there. Any ceremony, you will see culture there. And how do we express all these cultures? We express them through language, through speaking of that language. So it's very important that children should know their language. Even people that are in abroad, they make sure, some of them make sure their children speak Igbo. But those of us here, when we are talking to our children, we talk to them in English. We think that, our children are doing well, but we don't know that we are not imbibing our culture into our children. And that is why when they grow, they will be behaving somehow. They will, because they don't know the culture. But if you have taught your child your language, from the language you will point out some things, culture of your people. As the child is like speaking the language, he is learning about the culture of his or her people. And from there, the child will behave like his or her people. He will not behave like any other person that didn't know that language. So it is important that we pay attention to these lessons. By the time we go through this one I'm teaching today, I will show you, even in Igbo nouns, animals, I will use them to show you how culture is showing even in names of animals. In our last lesson, we learned about Igbo nouns. As I described, that a noun is a name of any person, animal, places, or things. So last lesson we did names of persons, where I mentioned some names. Today we are looking at the second part, which is names of animals. So here we have name of animal, which is rat. In Igbo we call it okie, okay. Okie, okay. In Igbo we call rat, okay. Okie, okay. In English, snake is called agwo in Igbo. Agwe or agwo. Agwe or agwo. I always tell you that this always remind you of these alphabets that comes in twos. They are spelled as one alphabet. Agwe or agwo. Goat. Ewi u ewu. Ewi u ewu. Pig. Ezi ezi. We call pig in Igbo, they call it ezi. Ezi ezi. In Igbo, lion, we call lion agu. Agi o agu. Tortoise, we call tortoise in Igbo mbe. Mimbi mbe. Elephant, in Igbo we call it enyi. Enyi enyi. Enyi enyi. Always remember this one alphabet. Enyi enyi. So let me show you how culture portrays in these names of animals. If in Igbo land you are a cunning person, cunning, they will call you mbe. People will start calling you, this child is mbe, tortoise, wayo. Mbe means trickish person. Trickish, very trickish. So when a child knows that mbe means trickish, and you call a child mbe, the child will say, am I trickish? So you have taught the child that being trickish is not good. So the child may not like that name you call him or her. It will change. That is how language help culture. In Igbo, if a child is doing well, doing mighty wonders, you can call the child Enyi Nwam, my elephant child. The child will be happy that you are praising this praise. Enyi. Another one, if a child is very strong, powerful, he can fight, and you like how the child is performing, you can say Agu Nwam, Agu Nwoke, Agu Nwam, Agu. You are hailing the child that is a strong child. So this words brings out our culture. Language helps culture to grow. Language and culture are going hand in hand. So we need to know our language. It's very important. If a child is very dirty, you can call the child Ezi. Very dirty child, Ezi. A-Z-E, Ezi, that's pig. So if the child didn't like it, it will change. If the child is doing behaving foolishly, a child is behaving foolishly, you can call the child Ewu. Ewu, that's goat. Ewu. So that is it. This one is Agwo. If a child is dangerous, you can call a child Agwo. Agwo. So please, the lessons are very important. I ask you to continue following me, subscribing to my YouTube channel, and encouraging me, so that we learn Igbo together, and we learn our culture. We help our culture to grow, so that, because once a language dies, the culture is also dead. It's very, very important that we should teach our children our language, and from there they will know our culture. Thank you for following, sharing, and commenting. Please, I will appreciate all your comments. Thank you, and God bless.